I'm Laurel, a historian from the year 2300. I used to only study the past from a distance, searching through cold archives and incomplete records, trying to piece together the lives of women who were never named. Until the day I accidentally opened a door. No, it wasn't some grand scientific breakthrough. Just me, alone in a maintenance bay, mistyping a few lines of code. Since then, I've been sneaking through time. Not to change history, but to be there. At that moment. Right when she needs someone the most. Though, my time device does have a bit of a glitch. It never tells me how far off my landing spot will be. Sometimes I arrive a minute too early. Sometimes a few meters off course. This time, I meant to land in a quiet alley behind the Lin family estate. But my coordinates drifted, and I popped out from the door right into the shadow of a wall. Bruised my elbow, but at least I didn't break my nose. As I brushed myself off and looked up, I saw something that stopped my heart. Inside the side hall, a woman was strangling a girl. Tears streaming down her face, hands shaking with force. That girl was Jingyao. She was 16. And she was the reason I came. Ming Dynasty, Zhengde era, early spring, in Tian Prefecture. Flowers were blooming. Jingyao, the only daughter of the Lin family, was their pride, their treasure. She had long been betrothed to a young scholar from the neighboring Jiang family. People called them the perfect match, a tale of beauty and talent. They had only seen each other once, at the Lantern Festival during the New Year, standing on opposite sides of the glowing river. They exchanged riddles through the flickering lights. She stood under a red lantern, distracted, reading a riddle that said, "A scholar with affection, a maiden with intent." Across the crowded street, he replied gently, "Isn't that about us?" She flushed red, hurried away, and couldn't sleep all night. She hadn't known a single sentence could make her heart beat like that. He was smart, gentle, just 18, preparing for the autumn civil exams. Then came the storm, a thunderclap, a river accident, and he was gone. Their wedding turned into a funeral, 2 weeks before the big day. At first, her family planned to cancel the marriage, but the Jiang family begged. Local officials applied pressure, and the Lin family gave in. The night before the wedding, Jingyao sat silently as her mother combed her hair. No words, just the rustle of cloth and the tremble of her mother's hands. On the table was a white gown, and beside it, a pouch embroidered with bamboo leaves. Her mother whispered, "You drew that design when you were 7. I made a new one for you, with calming herbs inside." Jingyao said nothing, but she remembered that old drawing. "You're betrothed now. You're part of the Jiang family." Draped in mourning white, Jingyao was sent to marry a spirit. Her husband, now a name on a wooden tablet. She cried for 3 days straight, but the Jiang family didn't allow tears. She was a daughter-in-law now. She had to behave. They made her kneel, burn incense, wear widow's clothes. She barely ate. On the 3rd night, dazed with hunger, she wandered out and overheard the Jiang mother whispering to her daughter, "She's young and too sensitive. She'll get over it. Her dowry's worth plenty. If we file for a virtuous widow commendation, our family will be honored forever." That's when she understood she wasn't married into the family. She'd been buried alive in it. That night, Jingyao ran. With her maid Xiaowen, they escaped in the dark and returned to the Lin estate before sunrise. She thought she'd be safe. "Why are you back?" her mother gasped, slamming the door shut behind her. Her father's face turned to stone. She cried, begged, told them everything. Her father's only reply, "Have you forgotten everything you were taught? If you won't return, fine. But if you have any honor left, you'll stay loyal to your dead husband." Then he locked her in a side room. "You choose," he said coldly. "Hang yourself tonight, and you'll leave with honor. If not, I'll send you back to the Jiang family at dawn." The room was dark. She curled in the corner, shaking. She didn't want to die. She just wanted to live. As herself. She must have dozed off crying, because the next thing she felt was a pair of hands around her neck. Shaking, but tight, determined. "Mother, what are you?" Jingyao's eyes widened. Her mother's face, twisted in agony and tears. I'm sorry. I just want you to leave this world with dignity, with grace. Her nails dug into her daughter's skin. Jingyao's breath faded. Until slam. Stop. My voice, cutting through the night. I kicked the door open, pulled the mother away, held Jingyao upright, whispering urgently, I can save her. But you need to listen. This time I dressed down, looked like a wandering healer or a village mystic. A huge improvement over that bathhouse disaster. Her mother stared at me, trembling. Who are you? I smiled faintly. Just a nosy stranger passing by. Want my help or not? After a long pause, she nodded. Quickly, I laid out the plan. Have her take refuge in a monastery. Let her be a nun in name only. Not fully initiated, not return to secular life. That way, the Jiang family can't touch her. Her mother hesitated. But her father. That's your part, I said. He loves her. He's just trapped by tradition. This way, she keeps her reputation and her life. That night, her mother knelt beneath the eaves until morning. Finally, her father spoke, sent her to Yundong Temple. From now on, she's a woman of Buddha. She leaves the secular world behind. The next morning, the Jiang family came pounding at the door. She's gone, Lin's father said flatly. To a monastery. To live in peace. Don't come back. But the old Jiang matriarch refused to believe it. We'll go there ourselves. They gave chase, racing to catch her. In the distance, they spotted a plain carriage winding through the mountain path. Shaowen walked beside it. It's them, the old woman screamed. The coachman snapped the reins. The carriage sped forward, hooves pounding. Suddenly, the wheels slipped on loose stones. The whole carriage veered and toppled over the cliff. Miss! Shaowen screamed, collapsing. The Jiang matriarch fell to her knees. Stunned. It's over. It's all over. But hours earlier, on a quiet riverbank, a small wooden boat had set sail. At the bow stood a young girl, disguised as a traveling boy, gripping a small embroidered pouch. She looked out into the mist. On shore, I stood beside her mother. She'll be fine, I whispered. Far from the Jiang family. Far from that cursed archway of virtue. Her mother nodded, eyes wet. The wind tugged at the white handkerchief in her hand. It was Jingyao's farewell gift. On it, embroidered words. As long as I live, I will not fear the unknown. The time machine door was closed again. Just a few meters this time, but exactly right. It landed me right before her breath was taken. Sometimes I wonder, is the machine choosing for me now? I only set the date, but somehow, it always drops me into the nick of time. I didn't stop the institution, didn't burn down the ancestral archway, but with her, I wrote a different page, a small detour, and now her life belongs to her. I'm Laurel, a historian from the future. I travel quietly through forgotten corners, just to walk with her, as she chooses her turning point. Next time, I'll meet another her. Whatever her name may be, I'll remember her courage. Because in every era, there are women who change the course of their lives in silence.